Hello Goobers, today I'll be showing you how to make a level. Uh, I want to make this like a little series where I show you how to decorate, how to make good gameplay, and today we're going to start with the decoration. So, deco, tutorial, like name it whatever you want. It's not, you're not stupid, I'm not going to explain this to you. Um, First off, grab the spike. You need to make a spike design. Usually, to add more detail, place spikes inside of spikes. And depending on your style, you can either not do that. As you can see, you can just like cook up something pretty cool without a spike. I recommend making base and detail, usually light background. And maybe base, make it light background, but the opposite color. Like what's the opposite of blue? Red. So something that is red. Like this. Because this is a very light background, let me switch this to like a darkest green. You can see how it's purple. Like it's opposite colors, it's complementary colors. That sometimes doesn't really look good, as you know, this is flesh pink. So you would recommend just making base object color. And inside, if like that's what you want to do, you can copy a smaller spike. So like background object like this. That is like the most average spike. So what you might want to do is add some glow. Add some glow, make it light background too. As you can see, this looks pretty nice. You can add even more glow. Like because this is a pretty bright color, it looks a little overwhelming. So if I did something darker, like a pink, a purplish, black, like this looks really good. But I have my own style of making spikes, which is make detail black and make base light background. You see how that looks? Make a smaller spike inside. Base light background, detail black. Like that looks pretty cool in my opinion. So that I add some glow. That's just light background. And one of these dudes, the slope glow. Not exactly slope glow, but they just look nice. And this for some reason is below the black. T2, yes, T2. I guess above it. That already looks pretty good. But what I usually add for even more detail is this, make it T3, and add some glow like this. Now, like this spike, it's if you can find it on epic rated level. This is a really good spike design. So that's why I usually use that. That's spikes out of the way. Now time for saws. Depending on your style, you might just use these guys. This is a simplistic style you can sometimes use, which is just base light background and detail black. Make them rotate slowly, like 20 degrees per second. And add a little sphere on the inside. Scale so it hides the little like block. Not really block, but the hole. This should be T4. Like T2 is usually for outlines and T3 is for crap above outlines. Yeah, this is an okay spike design, an okay design. But I have like a more detailed one that I almost always use, which is this dude. Inside of him, place a very slightly smaller dude, like 90% or something. Make them rotate at the same rate, which just you can set by custom. I usually do 20. It's up to you on whether you decide if you want to do higher than that or lower. Place a smaller saw inside, and do the usual, just that. Make this T3, I'm pretty sure. And make it rotate slower, like 20. Inside of that, place a block, scale it down, put it above everything, T4, and above that, add some glow. I mean, everything looks better with glow, what can I say? It's like a little tiny splotch of glow also works. Make it like background, and yeah. For some reason that's obscured. Why is it obscured? 0 or 10. T4. Yeah, you show now, but if I make you black, you don't show for some reason? Wait. Base. Okay, I'm selecting the wrong dude. There he is. Yeah, so just like background. Yeah, for some reason this dude is above it. This is something that usually doesn't happen to me. Why is this just like that now? I sat and pondered. Also, remove the glow in the middle, because that's a bit overwhelming now that we removed the... Actually, I feel like it looks better this way. Yeah. Now place just a block to obscure the dumbass hole inside. Actually, I can set this guy to be like B1. Make this square, or can I select this? Let me select the square, okay. Make this like way smaller, something like this. Yeah. Okay, now it's kinda shows. What if I make it like this? Yeah, this is way better. Bam. Usually I grab one of these guys in the Saw tab, which is this, and make it like background, and to that add some glow, which is also like background. And if you want to spice things up, turn brightness up. If you want to spice things up, you can add one of these dudes, like a little star-shaped thing. That is how I make my saw design. But how do I remove that? That is a very good question, damn. If I just make this black, all black. Ooh, that actually looks really cool. Yeah, I actually want to use that instead of like what I've been doing so far. Let me put that up in like her little area. Now, block designs and slope designs are actually like the most important parts. You cannot mess this up. Like you have to like make a very good block design for it to be rate worthy. Usually I use the 1.9 objects, these and these. They already look pretty fine on their own, but nothing rate worthy. Make them detailed like background. So what I like to do, in the saw tab, not here, over here. Yeah, these dudes. These, place them on top, like background. See, that looks better, but you can make it even better by first off adding this dude, make him a little bit smaller, like background. This is a posting object. I just want you to know that it's a posting object. Woo! Actually make it slightly bigger so it doesn't overlap with the little with this dude. And yeah, outside of that, like as always, just add some glow. Always make your glow T4 unless you have a backing block. If you have a backing block, then it's not even going to show. Always make your glow like on T4 unless you have like some other detail you want to add. Because like most objects are very slightly transparent, so it just looks muddy and bad. If you're like, I want to see if this like actually looks good. It does not. Okay, that's a pretty nice design. Now, but you can't just like always make one block wide structure, so that's why we need to make the inner block design, which I am going to do right now. Usually I use these guys, so that's what you're going to use. Select them. Detail light background. to make that not as bright. Then going to glow. Select this, make it black. And there you have it. Like that's pretty much all we need. Now I can make the corner blocks, but I'm like, we don't have time to do that. But this is already pretty good. There's something else you can add to this to make it look way cooler. And that is these objects. One of these dudes. Like place one on the corners. Actually, nah, that doesn't look as cool as I thought it would. Yeah. That's pretty much it for the block design. Also, you can add something here. That should just appear over here. Yep, this dude. Light background. T3. Copy paste him around the place. Like this. It adds variability to it. Also, another thing you can do is over here. Make this light background. You know, well, like trying to tell you, right? Bim, bim. Oh, oops. Also remove this because I don't need it right now. Yep. I guess that's it for the block design. Make something like this if you want, like a cool, something that's rate worthy. Now this story isn't really meant to be something that can get featured or anything above that. Just a design, just any design level, like 1.9 styled or something. That you just want to get rated. If you like, I'm not some guy who would make feature worthy like gameplay and decoration. Definitely not that type of guy. So don't look at my videos. Look at someone else's. But this is if you just want to get creator points. Now the orb design. Like this is the simplest part. I'm actually going to just speedrun it. Boom, that's it. You don't need anything else. Unless you add these dudes around it to like make it look more like, hey, click me, you know? Yeah, this. Like that's the entire design you need. Like if you want, you can make the glow brighter, like way brighter, like 2x. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, those club objects, don't use the club. Ever. I'll move that up to the things we've already made. Now, slopes. Slopes are like very hard to get right. And I feel like I can probably make something that's good enough. So I'm just going to show you how to make what I do, which you are going to see very soon. Use these objects, the ones in hexagon force and the ones in fear everything too. Make them all light background. And something you should probably do, like if you want it to stick out more, is make this brightness 2. So it's like, hey, I'm the outer block, so I'm more important and crap, you know? Just outline it like this. If you want to, you can make an inner outline that's black, that looks like this. Now, glow on slopes is very hard to get right, and I am not someone who can get glow on slopes right. But I'm going to try. Like this, and then like this. Like, you know, also, on these types of slopes, use these dudes. Like, instead of making this, then this, then this, make that, but instead of this, use this, and then just like repeat that process. Make a fractal, basically. I'm going to try, trust me, I'm going to try but I am not good at making um, a slope glow. Okay. You can go towards it's fine all the time. Okay, because these like the rest. Yeah, that's like being slow. It's really hard. Okay, this and scale it. Let me scale it down a little. Scale what it is around scale. Oh, damn. Yeah, I can see it's something that I do correctly. I gotta do correctly. You're right, you're good. No, I'm not. Something like this. This maybe? Yes. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, use this. Oh yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Thanks for watching and bye.